Auzu billahi minesh-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Peace, everyone. Salams to those who adhere to Islamic faith, and peace to everyone um, out there, all the twin flames. It's another Friday. I will be probably posting this, I suppose, on Saturday, and I will recap what happened since week beginning. And in the previous video I talked about evil and its influence, negative energy and its influence on the twin flame journey, and its attempts to not only cause separation in the first place, but prevent reunion of the twins, and prevent manifesting power of love to take its place. So we talked about it, and then I will add a few more things that I've realized just in these 24 hours. I was talking to my manifested twin. We had some heavy purging this week, but at the same time conversations became deeper, and I came to some realizations about evil influences in our own selves, and I want to share that with you, because I think it's very important that you all realize this, and beware and be aware of it. Now, before I talk about that topic, I want to say something about manifesting through subliminal messaging. Now, I'm not talking about subliminal messaging that you must have heard of, like in those commercials and TV um, recordings and movies and music. I'm not talking about those things that people talk about, like conspiracies and subliminal messages that make us buy things or believe things or mind control us. I'm talking about subliminal messaging that are made by some very, very well intended people, light workers in many cases, that are using the power of positive affirmations, which are very strongly recommended to all of us. There's nothing wrong in being positive. Actually, that's the only way to be, and that's the only way it works. If you want to be with your twin, if you want to be manifester, if you want to be receiving from the source, from God, from Allah, if you want things to go right in your life and in the life of others, then you have to learn how to use law of attraction and manifest goodness in your life from the source and from divine source and love, and from divine abundance that Allah provides for all of us. And so you have to learn, because okay, so here's what I want to say. Okay, before I describe subliminal messages and why am I talking about it this week and how it worked for me and how it works for me, is first I want to say to those listeners who are not Muslim, who don't know how we practice Islam and how we pray, I want to first describe to you. We have in Islam, we have 5 daily prayers. Those are what we call obligatory prayers. Although nothing is obligatory in this life, God gave us free will. We do enjoy these prayers and enjoin them on ourselves. And so they are basically obligatory because God recommends them to a human, to a Muslim, to do this 5 times a day at certain times, at actually important turning points of the day or night, which is just about breaking of the dawn, and then noon time, high noon time, and then afternoon when the sun is low, and then sunset time, and then at night. And so these 5 daily prayers keep us Muslims in check, keep us they are just as You sometimes will see people meditate at certain times of the day and say, let me take a 5 minute break to meditate. Let me take 5 minute break to stop the mental chatter. So in Islam, these five daily prayers that last about from 4 to 7 minutes each, um, which is not a long time at all, basically, give us excellent check with ourselves, give us time to meditate on our happenings during that day, give us time to ask for forgiveness and to forgive ourselves and to forgive others and to keep ourselves in check, like what have we done so far during the day, and to continue being positive. And so, I mean, these are recommended by the source, by Allah, and so we do them. And those who do practice these prayers, which are called salat, are always will recommend them to other people because they're beneficial. But so those are like obligatory, so-called obligatory, five obligatory daily prayers that are supposed to be done if you're in good health, and they make you basically more healthy, because they're also stretch exercises. They're also, they some of these have very similar positions to some yoga positions. So these are, I mean, it's beneficial all in all. But there are other types of prayers in Islam which are called dua, or supplications, which take place usually after the obligatory prayer, but they can take place at any time or place whenever we feel the need to ask the source for something that we need, that we want, that we wish to be manifested into our life. So that's for those who didn't know. And now for Muslims, I want to say, if you know what dua is and how you supplicate to God to ask Him to grant you something, then you will not object to what we call a law of attraction or manifestation tools, which are used to attract positive things in our life. And it's basically the same thing, because we believe in Islam that asking God for something, believing that you will receive in the first place, like trusting God that you will get what is that or something better than that, is what we believe, is not going against the theory of law of attraction, which means that we have to vibrate on uh, high vibration and expect good to happen, expect abundance in order to receive abundance. So that's manifesting. That's called manifesting. We ask for it and we receive it. The same thing that Jesus, peace be upon him, or Isa alayhi salam, what we call him in Islam, which is the same person, exact same person. What he taught his students and his followers and his friends was that he said, seek and you shall receive, knock and it shall be open. I mean, he always recommended supplications, but also he believed that faith, and he taught others that faith was the crucial key to receiving and crucial key to manifestation, for Allah, the source, to manifest that into our life, the great manifester, give us what we ask him. Um, and we have to ask with love, and we have to ask with excitement and joy of receiving it. So none of these points of view, let's say Christianity or Islam or the New Age, um, object to each other, because basically we all have to believe we shall receive. We have to be looking forward to it, not doubt. Doubt is the thing that we must remove from our hearts in order to receive or to get manifestation to be fruitful. So subliminal. Let's talk about subliminal messages now. What are the subliminal messages? If you didn't know, so by now they're becoming more and more known to people. But I've been, trying to listen to them since like a year or two ago, and a lot of people around me are very, very skeptical about it. And really, myself, I was kind of, yes, I was kind of, in the beginning I was suspicious about it until I realized how it really works. And it's amazing how it's basically affirmations that influence your brain. And yes, you can use positive affirmations on your own. You can create your own list of positive affirmations. For me personally, it works better when I just listen. It's just easier to listen to subliminal videos on YouTube, which are already made by someone, and I pick those that I need, at certain times, and I listen to them, and they really, really, really they work. Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, they really work because they go straight to your subconscious mind and influence it in a positive way to start believing, because it's all in our brain. And once we believe in something, it starts manifesting again. When belief is created, then the belief is attracting love of the source, and the ultimate abundance to come into fruition. So why I'm talking about it this week is how wonderful it is that my manifested twin has told me that his parents have seen my picture and they are absolutely happy about me. And I was kind of in that department. I was kind of fearful, because being from different country, even though we belong to same religion, I've had experience with my organic twin, which was not only me, but people in my position have that experience, that tribal, tribal thing, that these people from different countries, they assume that they should not have their children involved with someone from different country, and that they should keep their tradition and national pride, even though that's not really what Islam is all about. I mean, Islam is all about unity of souls and not looking at each other's, um, color of the skin or nationality or language. But people are tribal, no matter, even in Islam, people are very, very tribal, and they kind of like to stick to their own, stay in their own neighborhood, so to say. So I had a lot of struggle with that in the past, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people are facing that. That's why I'm mentioning that right now, because a lot of twin flames, especially Muslim twin flames, have that problem. Like, their twin is not Muslim, if their twin is Muslim also, but from different country, and so on and so on, many problems. So even right in the beginning, with my manifested twin, I started listening to subliminal video on YouTube, which I will post a link to under this video. That is saying that it attracts love and respect from your twin, and from your in-laws, from the parents of your twin. So I've listened to this and in advance, and I've been listening to it for about 2 weeks now, I guess. It works extremely fast. Usually they say it takes about 4 months to start for subliminals to start working, but actually they can start working much, much faster if you again believe they can start working faster. Also, you can try some subliminal boosters, which will help you speed up the whole thing. And so just you have to start listening to these two in order for them to work in the first place. So I was listening to this, as I will post it, under. And my manifested twin, has surprised me with some information about his parents. He said they absolutely cannot wait to meet me. They're so much looking forward to meet me soon, and absolutely happy, 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 even though I'm completely different skin color, different country, different everything. So I think it has to do, alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to my creator, to Allah, to the source, for these to have this subliminal video actually working, and as a dua, as I just said, Muslims call it dua, the prayer. And so basically this is my form of prayer now. I'm kind of implementing this as a prayer in my life. I ask God to receive, and then I listen to subliminal message which goes straight into my brain, which gives me positive information that what about the things that I want. And then things start happening my way, and I'm grateful to the source. I'm most grateful to the source of of everything that is manifested, because we are manifestation. Everything is manifested. This life, the 3D, the three-dimensional world, or dunya, is manifestation. It's all part of the manifestation. Things happen because, they are being manifested into reality. So you can be part of that. And that's the whole point of twin flame reunion, is once you are with your twin, then you become excellent at this, because your energy is so strong that you can become excellent. That's why I believe, my personal belief is that very nice and decent people have been picked to find their twin flames, because I personally believe that everyone has a twin flame. Every human being has a twin flame. Every human being has its other half. That's what Quran confirms, that we are created, that one soul becomes split into two, and then it's how many times I have to repeat that? It's kind of individual soul, but it's missing its component, its other side of itself. It's original, what they split from, like a like egg. Egg has two parts in it. So that's what twin flames, how you can understand the twin flame soul. So I believe everyone has its own counterpart soul. Every human being, everyone. But not it's not for everyone to find that other soul, because then soul, when it comes reunited and becomes very strong, powerful, um, vibrational center, then imagine if the bad people would come together with their other half, with their twin. It wouldn't be so good. So I see that those who have found their twins, those who have been awakened to find their twins, who are realizing that that they even have a twin, that the whole concept even exists, that what they've been missing their whole life is actually that health. And so it happens to really nice in people who want to change the world for better, people who seek peace, people who seek love and abundance and health, who wish well to the others, people who will not abuse that power once they gain it. So yes, that's manifestation. That's the tools of manifestation. Now, when I talked about that, I'm going to post that, and also I will. I think I should give you some text about what subliminal messages videos are about, so you can even understand better if you have not heard about it. Of course, most of you have. I know, but I'm talking about this for those who haven't. And so next, or those who are being skeptical about it, don't be afraid. Try it. Got nothing to lose. Now let's talk about evil again. What was the concept that I realized is this. As I said, we were having some purging this week, which consisted in miscommunication. Basically, what happened was I was expecting communication, and then when it didn't happen, I got upset, overboard, and then manifested twin has said, well, I thought you were sleeping, and I thought you were going, or this and that, and I thought I should not call you, I should not disturb you, I should not, and then it just dawned on me that thinking is what messes up everyone in this world. Thinking, including twin flames. Thinking, overthinking. Our brains were not created to think how will someone react, are not created to think, um, does will someone reject us. They're not created to think in advance what will happen, how will someone react on what we say, what we do. Our brains were created to think about positive, constructive things, like such as science, such as gaining knowledge about things, but thinking in terms of mental chatter, of things going through your head, like, what if I say that? Will that person say this? If I do that, will that person react this way? That kind of thinking is not good for you. That kind of thinking comes from what I call shaitan. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. That comes from the negative, the dark side. Because by way of making you think, and making you think that you're right about how things will work out, you actually are messing up the whole process. And we all do that. All humans do that. And so I've realized, if you have read biblical Adam and Eve story, and same thing repeats in the Quran, is that Eve, or Hawa, she had eaten from the tree of now I realize, the tree of thinking, because God says that He told them they can eat of any fruit. Just be joyful and enjoy life. Enjoy that they've been created and they live in a wonderful place and that they love each other, and everything was super duper, and all that they were required was not to touch that tree of thinking. So once they, I know what it's called in the Bible is called tree of knowledge, but I don't believe it was tree of knowledge, because Quran also mentions that Adam was told all the names of all things, that he'll have learned the names of all things. That's knowledge. That's knowledge. But the tree that was prohibited to them is basically tree of thinking. Let me describe to you why I believe that is because when shaitan, or the serpent in the Bible, the devil, you know, Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. This is a protection dua. Um, when it told Eve or Hawa to eat of the fruit, the point was, it didn't say eat of this fruit because it's super tasty, or eat of this fruit because it has vitamin B, but she was told eat of this fruit so that she will become a thinker, she will become able to think for herself, to have free power of free thinking. And that really happened once she ate of the apple, and once Adam or Adam in Arabic, once they ate of the tree, they became aware. They started thinking about their nakedness. Because it doesn't mean that they were not naked before that. They were naked before that. They were just not thinking about it. So they were not embarrassed of it. Because they were not thinking about it. They were not in that process of their thinking did not start yet. It started after that they broke the rule and started eating of the fruit, and it caused them to start thinking. And because, okay, let me explain to you. In this world, every day we see babies and children up to about certain age, maybe 10, 11, or 12, when they are not still aware of their nakedness. They're not thinking about it. They're not embarrassed about it. Thus, we are not embarrassed to see them naked, because it's perfectly normal to change a diaper on a baby. That's not considered nakedness like humans, adults, when if you would see adult naked in that case. So because that thinking starts at a certain age, and in case of Adam and Eve, it started after, because they were first created. It started after eating that fruit. So the same goes for animals. Animals walk around without without clothes. Of course, some people put sweaters on their dogs and even their cats and even their birds sometimes and monkeys. But I'm talking about normal animals that are not, because normally animals don't dress themselves up. It's the people who do that. Okay. I'm not completely against it because sometimes dogs, they're small and living in the house, they get really cold during the winter, especially in North America. So sometimes they prefer to have a sweater on, especially if they learn from early age. But I'm saying normally animals don't have any sweaters on. They don't wear pants. They don't wear underwear, but because they don't feel naked and they don't think about their nakedness. Okay. So thinking comes from that time of that mistake that was done. And thinking has been messing us up ever since because we think we're smart, we think we know. And where does that lead us? When we find love, we start thinking about how is this not appropriate for this time of our life, how we don't have enough money, how this or that. We start thinking too much, and we mess up things that were given to us. When we feel, then we follow our feelings and we do it right. Is what others would say, follow your own heart. Don't follow your mind, follow your heart. Following mind is where we make mistakes. Thinking that, I should do this or I should do that is where we mess up. So I'm not saying that you should be stupid, you shouldn't be using your wisdom or thoughts at all, but use them wisely, use them for things that have purpose. Don't sit all day and think, what if I say this or what if I say that? Instead, every time when you come to that position, when you catch yourself thinking, do this. Follow your heart, follow your feelings. What you feel is right, no, not what you think is right. Then you will reach success not only in your twin flame reunion but with everyone around you. Just feel good like a child. Feel and do what you feel like doing, not what you think is should be done. Because we must humble ourselves and realize that our thoughts may not be right as we think. It is the divine creator has pure is possibility of pure thoughts that are not influenced by evil force. Us, we can be thinking one thing and thinking we are right, and then that evil force will influence our thinking and mess up with our thinking, tell us something else. Will instill some fear into us. Fear is the most dangerous part of thinking. Is like fear, ego, egoistic thinking, like, oh, but my pride will be hurt. Oh, if I do this first, oh, that person will, oh, this or that. That's what I'm talking about. So that thinking is from the negative. It's from the darkness. Don't think, feel. Do what you feel is right, not what you think is right. Trust me on this one. And when you finish watching this video, think about what I just said. If you haven't quite understood, leave it for a few days, watch it again, and try to understand what I'm trying to tell you here. Feel, don't think. Thinking is bad. Use it for science projects, use it for learning new languages, use your brain for gaining more knowledge. Don't use your brain for sitting around on your chair all day and thinking, what if I said that, or why. And also about past, like mistakes, and then you sit down and you think about, oh my, I made this mistake, I am terrible person, I am this, what if that. That's all wrong. Don't think, like, stop. If you catch yourself doing that, stop. Go meditate, go pray salah, go run, go jog. Don't think. Start, if you're Muslim, if you know what the zikr is, start doing zikr. If you're non-Muslim, start doing, and you don't know how to do zikr, you should Google it. If you don't, then do some mantra or some kind of meditational practice. Stop mental chatter, or as Eckhart Tolle says, even few seconds of pure nothing, not thinking about anything, can give you so much benefit and power of pure mind, of living in the now. Stop living in the past or present, or past or future. Live in the present, live in the now, and don't think so much. Use the power of feelings. Use your gut feeling. Don't think so much, because that comes from the dark side. I tell you that, and trust me when I tell you that. So, anyways, I wanted to tell you that everything is well, all is well, and so that is the message for all of you out there. All is well. I love you guys. I love my manifested twin. I love my organic twin, and everyone else I met on this journey. And you should you should just be happy and live your life with joy, and try some subliminal messages that may work for you in your case. Have a great weekend. Have every day great, every moment great, and peace be upon you. And salam alaikum.